I've dragged this out of the barn where it's been for years, not months, and it's standing here in the sunlight, covered in dust, blinking, wondering what the hell's going on. But it's had a fresh battery on it, turned over without the plugs in, got some oil pressure up, got some fresh fuel in it, and then we fired it up, and it ran up quite easily, really bearing in mind how long it's been stood. It's a thing we built, I don't know, 10 years ago, I suppose. It's a WOA1. So I think I can reasonably confidently say this is the rarest staff car from World War II. There is one other example. Both of them have been built from parts because they were actually extinct for a number of years. There weren't any in one piece. I think there are now two in, sort of up and running. So it's not something anybody's likely to see on an everyday basis unless they go somewhere special. And this one has only been to one show, I think, perhaps two, and we've only driven it about half a dozen times since it's been running and back together. It's not really finished. There are some bits of the interior that need doing. It needs the rear spring changing because at the moment it's sitting a bit low. It's got a civilian car rear spring on it, so I will change that. It's one of the reasons why I got it out. When I was about 19, I bought a thing called the Model 62 Ford, which is another really rare Ford. I still own it. I've owned it 40 years now, give or take. And I've only seen about half a dozen of them, including that one, in all that time. But it was one of the things that made me want a WOA. It's a bit sad, really. This is a car that I wanted when I was in my 20s and couldn't have because there just simply weren't any available. They didn't exist. So we set to looking for parts, and and sort of built this one. But now I'm sort of knocking on nearly 60, and I'm not really that interested in it anymore. I like seeing it parked in the barn, and it's not for sale, but it's just one of those things that sort of the moment passed. They were built as part of a batch of a few hundred in 1941 to replace all the stuff that was lost at the time of Dunkirk, and they were fairly roughly built in the first place. They sort of built the car and then painted the outside of it, so they started rotting from the inside from word go because they were built in a screaming hurry, and they were just built to do a job. And they're very, very workmanlike and plain. You can see inside it's got a sort of standard Ford Watt dashboard with the standard British Army switch group and so forth. So there's no frills about this, but this is actually the ancestor of the V8 Pilot. This is what Dagenham used as the basis for the Pilot after the war. It's not a Pilot, it's pre-Pilot, but it's an interesting vehicle that you won't see anywhere else. We'll take it out for a spin. We're actually in the process of building its sort of close relative, the WW2, which is an estate car version, which has the same front end on it and looks the same from the front, but isn't, it's an estate car. And I shall be making some videos about that and showing you those. And just before we go take it for a spin, I just thought we'd look at this. This illustrates perfectly what I meant about it being built in a hurry. Look at those louvers, stamped out on 3 at a time on a fly press in a screaming hurry, and there's no way that sort of finish would ever have got out of the Ford factory in peacetime. They just the quality control had been switched off. So now all we need to do is take this for a run, really, and listen to that flathead sing to us. It's on open pipes, it's on speed tone mufflers. I couldn't resist it, so it sounds like a hot rod, it drives like a hot rod, but it's a World War II staff car. And here we've got a little bit, just a few seconds, of Normandy roads in 1944, shot from inside a WOA2.
So thanks for watching, and give us a like, please subscribe, and you get to see more of this stuff.